I'm happy to see all of your beautiful faces. Good evening, Director Chanika, elected trustees, and my fellow concerned constituents. Is our school board truly committed to fostering an open, inclusive, and democratic environment where all voices are heard and respected? My name is Carolyn Burjoski, and for over 20 years, I have had the privilege of serving as a teacher in the Waterloo Region District School Board. As a mother of 3 and a grandmother to 4 beautiful children, I am deeply invested in the future of our schools and the well-being of our students. I stand before you today to express my grave concerns regarding the proposed changes to bylaw, particularly 15.3. If passed, these amendments will not only cut delegates' speaking time in half, but also require pre-approval of their complete presentations. This marks a significant departure from the current practice of providing a brief summary of the issues. I firmly believe that these proposed changes represent an undemocratic attempt to silence diverse perspectives that may not align with the beliefs held by the majority of this board. Giving the chair the power to pre-approve delegates' messages effectively grants the power to remove delegates before they even get to this podium. Delegates will likely feel coerced into revising their messages to suit the chair or risk not being able to speak at all. Coercion has no place in a democratic system. People have a legal right to voice their concerns, and the community has a right to hear what the delegates have to say. You are accountable to the diverse group of taxpayers who fund this entire system, including those with traditional values. I urge you to extend the diversity tent to include these individuals and to be more inclusive of people with different worldviews. It's already very intimidating for parents to approach you with our concerns. The public should be welcomed to this podium, not intimidated by the board's attempts to control the narrative. The warnings about violating the Human Rights Code or the Charter are misleading and serve as an intimidation tactic, as Delegate Dr. Peter Wollstonecraft pointed out on January 24th, 2022. He stated, "The purpose of the Charter is to control governments. The board is using it to control what people say at these meetings. You have it backwards." It would indeed be ironic if the Charter, which was intended to protect and expand speech, would be used to curtail it. Since January 2022, the chair has sometimes employed the vague accusation of being off topic to halt delegations with which it disagrees. A recent delegate asked the chair about the criteria for being off topic and who gets to make this decision. The chair answered that she alone decides who is off topic, and there is no criteria. This arbitrary power to silence dissenting voices is the action of a dictator, not a democratic institution.
Valerie, continue.
This board talks about diversity and inclusion, but increasingly shows disdain for diverse thinkers and people with traditional values. The most alarming evidence of this occurred on September 19th, 2023, when the WRDSB publicly condemned a large multiracial group of concerned parents who had planned to gather the next day in unity across diverse identities to protest gender policies that confuse vulnerable children and alienate loving parents. Disturbingly, the board's condemnation was issued before the protest even took place, without any opportunity to hear the parents' messages or read their placards. This premature condemnation was an attempt to dismiss the genuine concern of a broad coalition. The board's labeling of these parents as motivated by hate was an unfair characterization of a group, a diverse group of concerned citizens exercising their democratic rights. Ironically, the Million March for Children was the most diverse event I'd ever had the pleasure to attend. It was a powerful, encouraging, and uplifting display of unity and shared concern for the well-being of our children. It transcended differences in religion, in ethnicity, and sexual orientation, and all those groups were represented there. In conclusion, I implore you to carefully consider the ramifications of these proposed bylaw amendments. They will stifle open dialogue, silence diverse perspectives, and undermine the democratic principles that our school board should uphold. I urge you to vote against these amendments and instead work towards creating an environment that welcomes and respects all voices in our community. Our students deserve a school board that is truly committed to fostering inclusivity, diversity, open communication, and academic excellence. Thank you.
You trustees, are there any questions of clarification? Seeing none, Mr.